Well, good morning, everybody. This is Charles Owen from Paladin. Welcome to the Paladin University. Hopefully, I think you can see our screens. I'm looking at it here from the audience view, so it looks like you can see it just fine. Do let me know. We do have somebody online here that's making sure that we can see and hear me, so that's wonderful. All right, so today's presentation is on Get Your Products Online Fast with Pointy from Google and Paladin. Just to let you know, there is questions you can ask. You can type those into the text, and we will read those at the end of the presentation and address those questions. So we can do that. Also, we are recording this, so this will be available on a recording if you want to share it with others. If you find it valuable and you want to pass it to others, everybody's welcome to see this. They'll be able to see it in the Paladin portal at portal.paladinpos.com/webinars, and this will be presented also later on in the material. Very happy and pleased today to present this along with my partner, Aisling O'Toole from Pointy. She's coming to us from all the way across the pond in Ireland. I am coming to you from Bend, Oregon, in the central part of the state, and it's a beautiful day out today. So thank you all for taking the time to come here and listen to the presentation. I think you're going to find it very useful. We've got a few introductory slides here, and then I'll pass it over to Aisling, and she will go through all of the benefits and features and such of the Pointy system and the integration with Paladin. So again, thank you and welcome. And this should be about 30 minutes, maybe less, for us to get through this. So let me kick it off with the first slide here. Paladin Data Corporation, who are we? So this is a question mainly for those who are not current Paladin customers, right? So it's nice for us to kind of introduce ourselves if you're a prospect or you're somebody who's interested in the integration with Paladin but still don't have the Paladin system. So Paladin's been in business for over 40 years. We focus on independent retailers. Our goal, our lifetime goal and priority is helping independent retailers thrive. And we provide a tool that enables them to do that. Our tool does a lot of things like checkout, inventory control, accounts receivables, and other types of things to really lure more customers into your store and take better control of your inventory so you're not running out or producing overstock. And we also have connection to loyalty rewards programs as well. So those are all things that Paladin offers. And we are focused on independent retailers. And much as ourselves, we are an independent retailer as well. We're a private company, again, been around for 40 years. What it means when I say we're a private company is basically we're not run by a board of investors, right? So we are able to focus on our customers, and we are here to please our customers, right? We don't have to please the board of investors, so we can really spend the amount of time to do that and to focus on customers. Down below here, you see no long-term contracts. That's very key. You know, we have to behave ourselves, right? We've got to prove ourselves month after month after month. If not, you know, our customers are able to walk. And, you know, we want to give them that freedom and flexibility, but we more importantly want to make sure that we're achieving your goals. And we're doing that by providing the customer support that you need and providing the tools that you need to run your operation efficiently, make more money, increase your GMROI, gross margin return on investment, and also just focus on growing your store, and that is getting more customers in your store buying products more often, right? Higher ticket amounts and that sort of thing. And those are some of the promises that Paladin's been able to keep with their customers. We do have, when you're set up, we assign you to a dedicated account manager. They're basically your success coach, right? So they're able to walk you through the process of getting up and running, get you live, get you trained, and get your data converted, get you signed up with the proper electronic data interchange with your wholesalers and suppliers. And on a regular basis, we're also doing automatic updates. So you never have to worry about putting a disk in or you know, running the update overnight or something like that. Updates are run pretty regularly, right? And that's all incorporated in the monthly fee that you pay to Paladin for our software services. And we're 100% US based. So I'm coming to you from Bend, Oregon, beautiful Central Oregon. on the eastern slopes of the Cascade Mountain Range. They're beautiful, snow-covered right now. It's starting to warm up a little bit, which is great. And when I say warm up, I mean it's getting into the 50s. That's warm for us at this time of the year anyway. So let's go ahead and move forward here. So what you're going to learn today is how retail shopping has changed. Oh my gosh, we all know that. There's been a blending of in-store and online, right? And we want to enable this new paradigm of shopping and accommodate sales from every perspective. There's all types of different customers out there. You've got the old timers like myself, you got the young people coming in, you got the X generation, the Y, Z generation, who knows what. And you want to make sure that you appeal to them and you want to meet them where they want to be met. So we're going to talk to you about that today in particular. This is a phenomenal product that Pointy has, Pointy from Google. We're going to show you, or Ashley is going to show you, how it works, the benefits and the features, where products will appear on Google and additional features as well that you can sign up for. And how do we help? How do we help your store? Well, we increase the online presence and attract more shoppers to your store. As I mentioned in the beginning, it is extremely important in order to grow, to attract more customers, to get people buying more products more often, coming into your store. And, there's a lot of competition out there, right? You've got big stores that are taking over a lot of the business. You've got Amazon and others. You need to head them off, and you need to provide the same types of tools that those companies are able to provide to their clients and their customers. And you can do that today, and we're going to show you how. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Aisling. Aisling, thank you so much for joining us today, and looking forward to it. You've got a few slides here to run through, and after that I'll come back on and we'll talk a little bit more about the integration between Paladin and Pointy. So it's your show.
Thank you, Charles. Yeah, I just want to say thanks to yourself, Ralph, and the team for having us on as well today. As you mentioned, that Paladin is built for independent retailers. Pointy is exactly the same. So I think that's what makes this partnership so special. So what I'll jump into first is just how the path to purchase is changing. So, even prior to the pandemic, the in-store shopping experience, it often began long before shoppers arrive at a store. As you can see here, 90% of global shoppers said they used online search prior to going into a store. And I think we're just really seeing the shift towards this kind of behavior. I see it in myself, and we see it as well with our retailers who are signed up to Pointy already. People, they're researching stores, they're researching products, they're planning their visit, to the store much more than ever before. The second one there you can see is that 46% of global shoppers confirm inventory online before going to the store. And to be honest, I can only see this increasing over time. Even this past holiday shopping season, this increased to about 67%. So I think what we're seeing is that shoppers, they need the reassurance that they're going to find what they're looking for before they leave their homes. And that's a real shift that we've seen this year, or should I say last year, really coming to the forefront. So on the next slide, please, Charles. Yeah, so the next slide here, we've seen searches for available near me, for example, they have more than doubled globally year over year. And on top of that, on this slide, as you can see, searches for supporting local businesses grew by over 20,000% since 2019. I was speaking actually to one of our Pointy retailers who are based in Wales in the UK, and she really put it so well. What she said was that it seems like lockdown has people turned both to the internet and to local shops at the same time. So I think that she said it so well, and that's what I'm seeing myself. I think with these type of numbers, with 20,000%, you really can't argue with them, and what's clear, I think, is that customers, they do want to shop locally, they want to support their local businesses, but what they're doing is they're researching online at home before making the trip to the store to complete the purchase. So next slide, please. So the problem that we are aiming to solve with Pointy is that a lot of local retailers don't have their inventory listed on Google. So as a consumer, when you search on Google, often all that you're shown are the big box stores or e-commerce giants, as Charles mentioned. So, shoppers are turning to Google to find information about the stores nearby to them. They're turning to Google for answers on where to buy a product locally. However, oftentimes it's not the local retailers like yourselves that are appearing in these searches. And unfortunately, if you're not appearing, ultimately, customers are going to end up either turning to e-commerce or to another store to purchase the item. So next slide, please. So this is really where Pointy can help and how we're trying to level the playing field. So what we do, Pointy lets you display your products on Google. So this way, when shoppers are searching online for a specific product or a store using near me searches, they have the potential to see your store and the products that you sell. And the best part about this then for Paladin users is that the service is completely free for you. And we'll get on to that a bit more as we go on, but yeah, due to our partnership, it's completely free for Paladin users. So how does it work? So all you have to do is install Pointy on your Paladin point of sale. Then you just scan products as normal. So as you sell them at the register, you're scanning them in. And what happens is, as you sell them, all we receive is the barcode number. And we then use this to source an image and description to match it and upload it onto your Pointy page as well as onto your business profile on Google. So as long as you're using manufacturer barcode numbers, this all happens automatically in the background. So, this then helps shoppers to find the products and information they need to come into their local store to complete the purchase. So next slide, please. So with Pointy then, your products can show up in several different places. So I just wanted to go through them one by one now. So the first place your products will be uploaded onto is your Pointy page. So you can think about the Pointy page as an online catalog. It shows your products and requires no upkeep on your end whatsoever. So the Pointy page is automatically created when you sign up to Pointy. That's all done on your behalf. You don't have to do anything to get that up and running. It happens automatically. And what we've seen people do is, you could link this, for example, to your current website, or you can also share specific products directly to social media pages. So for example, if you're running a special offer or anything like that, you can just simply click the share button there and you can share that on your social media. So the second place then, if we go to the next slide, please, Charles. Secondly then, products can appear directly on your business profile on Google. So I'm sure all of us on the call, we've Googled a store to check maybe their opening hours or to get their phone number, anything like that. Now imagine how much more beneficial it would be if you could browse the products that store stocks directly from that business profile. So, as I mentioned previous, customers are researching stores before making the trip. They're researching the products. They want to know that it's there before they decide to leave their homes. So this is a great solution to show them what's available. So your Google My Business account, I'm sure most of you know, but just in case, so when you Google a store, on the right-hand side of that search page, you're going to see there, it's a knowledge panel is what it's called, and there you have the image of the store, you have your phone number, all the services you provide, etc. So this then would allow your products to be displayed right there so people could see them if they Google the store. So what I would say is that if you don't have a Google My Business account, I would highly recommend setting one up. They're free. And you can go to this link, google.com/business to set one up. And I would highly recommend that to get you going. And then, of course, once you sign up to Pointy, your products will be displayed there on the business profile. So on the next one then, please, Charles. We also then give your store the opportunity to appear on many different surfaces across Google. On this slide here, then, you can see an example of where one of our Pointy retailers, Knudsen Lumber, appears across Google. So you can see them there from left to right. You can see them on maps, on search and in shopping. when a customer has searched for Black & Decker drill in Ellensburg, they are the searches that they appeared for. So one thing just to note here is that we can't guarantee these results every time, due to the complex algorithms that work in the background. But what we do give is we will give your store every opportunity to appear in as many different places across Google as we can. And I think then for the next slide, Charles, I'm handing it back over to you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm sitting here going, what's the catch? Come on, this is too good to be true. This is just amazing stuff. You're going to see that with Paladin, we integrate with Pointy, and there's no charge for us as well. So this is a no-brainer, folks. So every night, Paladin sends data to the Pointy system. So we send an inventory snapshot. That information gets put up there. And then the information refreshes daily to ensure that your product, your retail prices, and your inventory is up to date and accurate online. And that's it. I mean, it couldn't be more simple than that. Jumping to the next slide here, we've got Pointy versus Paladin. Pointy with Paladin versus Pointy as a standalone. So, as I mentioned before, there might be folks on the call here who are not Paladin customers today. Don't worry, you can still have access to this same incredible technology. We would prefer that you obviously had a Paladin system and you can connect Pointy to it because it's less intrusive. It's much easier to do, right? And it's free for our clients. So we automate the feed between Paladin and Pointy. And on the non-Paladin side, if you go with a just direct to Pointy and you don't have a Paladin point of sale, you can use this box here at $79, and it just needs a cell signal for a connection. And then as you scan products, it's going to take those products and put it online. How's that all work? What's the magic behind it? We're going to talk a little bit more about that as well, but primarily they match up the information against a database with photos and descriptions, and it's just that simple. You don't have to manage any of that piece. So moving on to the next slide, we have some additional services from Pointy that Ashlyn is going to walk through here. So I guess these are the additional ones that cost money, right? So maybe that's where the catch is. There's an opportunity to get even deeper, to extend the reach to customers, to have more relevance, and that sort of thing. Is that about right, Ashlyn?
Yeah, that's it. So, basically everything that I talked about so far. So we have your Pointy page, we have getting your products onto your business profile, and we also have, giving your store the opportunity to appear across many of the different Google surfaces. So all of those are completely free, and that's thanks to the integration that we have with Paladin. So there's no cost at all associated with any of those. However, then the last place where your products can show up is a bit different. So I'm aware that, retailers, you may promote your products in lots of different ways, such as on the radio, in the newspaper, on social media. And we also then have an optional page premium feature of the Pointy service, and this is called product ads. So this means that you can pay to promote your products in Google search results. So just to, I suppose, really point out that you don't need to run these ads in order for the Pointy service to work. So as I mentioned, you already get the whole core service for free. They're simply an extra promotional option, which would give your store even more visibility online. So if you do choose to run them, Pointy will create an ad for every product in stock and show them to people who are searching for these items. So all you have to do is set a daily budget and the distance around your store that you want the ads to run, and that's it, you're good to go. So there's no need to set up, any bidding strategies or keywords or campaigns, anything like that. We do all of that on your behalf. So these ads, they're charged at a pay-per-click basis. And again, you've complete control over the budget that you want to spend. So what we found, and I talked to a lot of our retailers, and one common misconception is that I think, people often think that it's incredibly expensive to run ads such as these, but really through Pointy, you can set your budget to as little as $3 a day. And you can start and stop the ads whenever you like, just with one click. And everyone who signs up to Pointy will also receive $100 in credit. So you can try out these ads before having to spend any of your own money. So as I said, when you set these up, it's just the radius around the store and the budget that you want to spend. That's the only thing that you need to set. So this $100 credit basically allows you to test out, what works best for your store. Is it 5 miles around the store, spending $5 a day? Could you up that to 10 miles? It's just kind of so you can really try it out for yourself before having to make the leap and pay your own money for it. So if we go on to the next slide then, please, Charles. If you do then opt into product ads, you might be asking, how do I know if they work? If I'm spending money, I want to see. So you'll be able to see your results on your own personal Pointy dashboard. So you'll be able to see things like the most popular items. You'll be able to see the searches that led a person to see your ads. And yeah, we've seen people use these in lots of different ways, whether it's to inform inventory buying or anything like that. I think they are analytics that you may not have had about your store previously, and they can prove very valuable that we found. So if we go to the next slide, please, Charles. So yeah, I think just from me then to sum up, I think what's clear, and as Charles mentioned at the start, the way in which people are shopping has changed. We now know that people really do their research online first before going to stores, and they're planning their trips more carefully, whether that's consolidating them into one day a week when they leave their homes, or just basically planning more carefully, I think, at this stage. Customers, they still want to buy in store for sure, but retailers must increase their online presence to adapt to these changing shopper behaviors. So thanks to the integration with Paladin, Pointy can help you attract more shoppers to your store by showing them what you sell and just generally increase your store's online presence. So as I think we've mentioned before, but just to make it clear, is that Pointy, it's not an e-commerce solution. Rather, it shows shoppers products that are available near to them so they can go to the physical store and make the purchase. So it'll work alongside your current website as an additional touch point for shoppers to learn about your store. And I think that's back over to you, Charles.
Okay, well, thank you again, Aisling. That's just crazy. I can't imagine. So not only is it free, but they pay you $100 to sign up. They give you that money as credit to run ads. That's just remarkable. I think this has been real eye-opening to me, and we do have some questions. Let me move to the next slide here just to kind of wrap it up here. So we've got to sign up, Paladin clients just need to go to go.pointy.com/Paladin. As I mentioned before, it's free. You can learn more about it by choosepaladin.com and read more about Paladin, about our solution. I think the Pointy and Paladin is such a great complement to each other because we're both here to drive revenue. We're both here to increase traffic in your store. We're both here to help your store grow. And I think this is an incredible feature that is now available to all of our customers and to non-customers as well. But it's just something that's going to really help with the foot traffic and help blend those two worlds together, the virtual world and the in-store brick and mortar store. So appreciate it so much. We have several questions here. Let me go ahead and start with number one, which is the no-brainer question. What? It's really free? Yes, it's free. But not only is it free, they give you apparently a $100 credit. I just learned about that today towards your advanced or additional services, which is amazing. Also, we've got here, do I need to upload any pictures? Nope, you do not need to upload pictures. It doesn't match on the scan, and it looks for a comparative product and description, and it pulls that in. So you do not have to provide pictures to them or long descriptions. And Aisling, if you could come on as well, and we can address some of these questions together. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for showing up. It looks like the last one, or another question here is, does Pointy show the price of my products?
Yeah, so this is kind of a yes and no answer, so I'll go through it. So on your Pointy page, the first thing that I mentioned, which is the product catalog, we don't display any pricing on there. Your products then on your business profile, you can choose to either display price or not. So the default is that it displays pricing, but if you don't want to display your prices on your Pointy dashboard, there's just a tick box and you just say that you don't want to display your pricing. But the last one there is for the ads piece. For local inventory ads, it is a requirement to display your prices. So that's just something to keep in mind there, that if you are going to run those ads, you need to display your pricing. But for the rest, you don't have to.
Here's a great question. It says, hello, wondering how to integrate Pointy to our existing Google My Business account. We already have Pointy set up as well.
Okay, perfect. So if you already have Pointy set up, there will be just a tab on your Pointy dashboard. So if you log in, so to go to pointy.com/login, that will bring you to your login page. You'll then find yourself on your dashboard, and there's just a tab that says link to Google. And all you have to do there is insert the email address that you use for your Google My Business account. That will link the two accounts together, and then that will get up and running for you. There's a step-by-step there as well, but that's pretty much the gist of it.
All right, we have a question here. It looks like they're having an issue with the stock on hand amounts being the same as what's in Pointy, what shows in Pointy and what shows in Paladin. Are you familiar with any issues with that, Ashlyn?
So as far as I'm aware, the way the stock status works, so we have there's 3 stock estimations: is in stock, limited stock, and out of stock. So the way it works is it does take into account your quantity on hand in Paladin, but it also takes into account your scanning frequency. So these two things kind of work together. So for example, if our systems see that something's being sold every day this week, they'll think that that's in stock. And the way that it works is that those scanning patterns, the machinery behind it basically learns the scanning patterns for each of your products. So if it's a quick moving product, it will know that, so that if it drops off scanning completely, it should drop to limited stock and then drop to out of stock. What I would say is that if you're seeing some discrepancies there, on your Pointy page, you can manually mark something as out of stock if you need to. You shouldn't need to, really. That's the whole point of it, is that we can do that for you. But if there's something that you really want to mark as out of stock that's coming up incorrectly, you can do that on your Pointy page. And on the other side of that, obviously, you can always contact our support team. So you can contact them at support@pointy.com, and they'll get back to you within the day.
Well, that's a great answer. It's kind of a double-edged sword. The goal is to get people in your store to buy the products there, right? Not anywhere else. But if they come to your store expecting that you have something in stock, but you're out of stock, I can see how that can be disconcerting and very upsetting to the customer. But we've always got the we'll deliver you later today or tomorrow type of option as well. So yeah, that's a great explanation. You can go in and affect that, which is wonderful. We have another question that says, can we upload our own product images?
So at the moment, you can't upload your own product images. As Charles said, we work off a database that's always being updated. So it's not an option for the store itself to upload images. There is an option for manufacturers to upload images. So say, for example, if they change all of their packaging, something like that, they can definitely do that. But for the moment, it's just that we work off that database. But again, you can get in touch with our support team and they'll be able to guide you in the right direction.
And one last question: can they choose what products that go up, even if they're not using standard barcodes? So can they make up products and have them be shot up there, or does it require there be a standard, licensed UPC number?
Yeah, it requires to be a standard UPC. And yeah, the reason for that, as you can imagine, it is like, so say if I had a store, Charles has a store, we're both selling the same product, but I'm making my own barcode. Pointy won't be able to figure out what that barcode is, to the system, it's just going to be numbers and letters, so it is that manufacturer UPC. That's how we pull the image, that's how we get the description and everything. So they're the ones that will appear on your Pointy.
And I thought that was the last question, but there is one more that popped in here, and it just says, is it possible for us to correct the pricing on Pointy, or does the connection automatically change the price when you change it in Paladin?
Yeah, so it should automatically change it when you change it in Paladin. And I think that then that happens daily, so it should definitely update. If it's not updating, I definitely would get in touch with our support team just to make sure there's nothing awry with the connection, but it will update once you update it in your Paladin POS.
And that's nightly, correct? So that's not real time?
Yeah, I think the pricing is once a day. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dara, you're on here, but yeah, that's as far as I know, indeed.
Yeah. So there could be a lag time of discrepancy there if you change it, say, in the morning and it takes all afternoon, then it won't be actually updated until the next day. So I can see that as well. And there's another couple of questions. We have a lot of interest on this topic, rightly so. There's a lot here. So can a test be done with Pointy without the information going to Google?
No. So yeah, it is very much linked. So I suppose, that is our main goal, is to get you found in these searches, to get your products out there. I suppose what I would say is you could sign up and you don't have to do the linking to your business profile if you didn't want to, I guess, but the products are still going to be sent to Google to help them appear across the different searches. So yeah, we work hand in hand, really.
Okay. Another question here is, will it pull the UPC from any field, or does it need to be the primary alternate number? And I think the answer to that is it has to be the barcode that you're scanning. Isn't that correct? That's the number that gets recognized, I would venture to guess.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on the fields that it has to be in. Maybe Dara would know that. But yeah, it will pull the UPC that you're scanning.
Yep. So it goes off of the scanned UPC, and that is the packaging. However, if you make up your own codes, whether they, if they're not an actual UPC and you scan that, that to me sounds like it's not gonna roll up to Pointy.
Yeah.
And what about sale prices? What if you have a promotion going on in Paladin? Do those prices show on sale on the website?
Yeah, so again, it's that if you change the pricing in Paladin, it will be updated on the Google side as well.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna assume this is a Paladin customer asking the question, Gene. Yeah, in Paladin we have real-time or dynamic sales, right? So you can set a sale and you're not actually changing the price in inventory. So my guess is that if you have a sale on that item, it's not running that algorithm before it submits it to Pointy. It's just going to take whatever price is in inventory. So you think that's right, Aisling? I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, and I can just chime in there as well. Yeah, I've been working a lot with the Paladin development team to make sure that we're not showing the sale price, because I guess if you're selling something just on a once-off sale, you don't want to be promoting that price. So we make sure that we just focus on the inventory price rather than any sale prices. So yeah, that's hopefully the answer to the question.
Yeah, that's a great answer, and it does answer the question, and it does bring up another issue. If you've got trade discounts where you have multiple different prices out there, including sale prices, promotions, some are hidden, some are just for individual customers or businesses. Yeah, I can see it would be kind of a mess to organize that. So it looks like we're just taking the price from the inventory and putting that up there. So if you want something to show as on sale, just change the price in inventory for that particular item, and it will then push that up to the website. All right. Well, that concludes the questions. We've been just a couple of minutes beyond the 30 minutes that I promised. There's a couple other slides here I want to just present very quickly. One is to learn more. We have resources online at portal.paladinpos.com. These are actual links. If you pick up this presentation, these will be hot links taking you to the overview of the Pointy integration, also the Pointy page, which we referenced in the earlier slide, and then there's a success story as well that we reference in on our website. So these are all additional resources that you can go to find out more information. And we've already done the question and answers. So our next webinar is on protecting your profits with Paladin. Very excited about this one. I think we've underplayed this. There's so much potential for you to manage your margins, your profits in Paladin without lifting a finger, right? We just have to set those minimum margins, identify where those minimum margins are targeted and focused, and then it just automatically protects your profits. So definitely come to that presentation. If you can't make it, come and watch it after the fact. It'll be April 20th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then, as always, check out our new Paladin release. That is at this link here. If you go to the Paladin portal, portal.paladinpos.com, or you click on the help on your menu with Paladin, and you go to knowledge base, you can just type Paladin 2021 and it will come up with this. That's all you need. There's additional information on our retail science at if you just go to paladinpointofsale.com. Up in the right-hand corner, there's other websites. Retail Science is one of those. Webinars is another one of those, or Knowledge Base, rather, which is the help portal, as well as our store as well. So you can do your shopping, if you need supplies or hardware. Aisling, thank you so much for attending today. I really appreciate it. And I know also, Dara, thank you for stepping in there. Have a great day, everybody. I just want to say, again, this is being recorded, so we do have it for replay. If you found it useful, share it with your friends. God bless you, everybody. Thank you, folks, for attending, and we'll see y'all later.